everybody. Welcome to EduMatch. Thank you so much for joining us. We're doing a very special episode today. We have David here, who is the organizer of Digcit Summit Ireland. So very glad to have you here all the way over there. It's very late right now for you, right? It's like 10 o'clock. Is that correct?
Yep, it's getting there. It's 9 o'clock, so it's not too bad. So, I have no excuses really.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. I don't feel so bad for keeping you up so late. So that is awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. We've been connected for a long time, so I'm glad to finally have you here on EduMatch. So for anyone who doesn't know David, let me tell you a little bit about him. David is a founder of Learning Tech Labs, and his previous initiatives include Coded Club at Trinity and Creative Engagers Dublin. He currently works as an innovative pioneer for the Rehab Group. A connector of people, David has enjoyed collaborative success with other educators, entrepreneurs, and developers, including organizing all of Ireland's startup weekend education verticals. David's journey through startups, technology, innovation, and education can be followed on Twitter. So at the end, I'm going to ask you for your Twitter handle. You can share that with our viewers. But let's just kick things off with the question. So what's your background and who or what inspired your work in digital citizenship?
It's an absolute pleasure, Sarah. I remember the first time that we connected, and I was absolutely terrified. It was about 3.5 years ago. I've learned a lot from yourself and from Marialis. It was quite an experience, and I suppose that was really my first experience of digital citizenship. I was doing my master's about 4 years ago in learning and teaching, and we were encouraged to join in these Twitter chats, which are usually hour-long chats where people, pick a theme, and educators or students or parents or whoever it is want to get involved, and they follow the hashtag and they answer questions on it. And then from there, you guys were doing some videos and some things like that, and online discussions. And that was a different experience because it really puts you out there. It's easier when you're typing, to take a little bit of time to think about what you're going to say, and then it was an extra step. So that was, I suppose, a little bit of digital citizenship, and really what that is just how you behave and act and connect with people as a human being online, and sometimes that digital citizenship, it creeps into your real life, and it starts to kind of really integrate itself, and then suddenly you realize, well, actually digital citizenship is just a term for something that's been kind of new in a sense, but really it's just citizenship and how we behave and how we act. But there needs to be a lot more education around it, and I think that's why it's important to have something that identifies it as a little bit different to just citizenship.
That is so true. That is so true, and I can really that really resonates with me. And it sounds to me like you might be a little introverted. Introverts can tell each other. So so definitely, I definitely. Yep, for sure. So same thing with me. It was very different. Speaking and the connecting through video as opposed to just writing. So definitely agree with you on that. So how can people leverage the power of social media to make a positive change in the world?
It's quite interesting just to see how I suppose people can develop and even learn those skills. And I think that's something that's really exciting for me, is that and I'm glad that you can understand, is that you have to push yourself outside that comfort zone. You have to learn, and I think what's great is when you see people being really positive digital citizens, like you guys were to me. Like, you were very warm and open, and I suppose understanding that you don't always have to give. And I think that's one of the really great things about even the Twitter community, is that you don't expect people to have to give all the time. It's more of a sharing, collaborative community that. If someone provides something, we're really happy with that, but we're also content and happy for somebody who's learning from us and learning from other people, which I think really highlights something really powerful that is quite exciting, especially as young educators. And I think that's the likes of hashtag NT2T and a few other things. What you guys are doing with EduMatch, it's just really incredible. It's really encouraging people to be the best that they can be, but also by just giving, and that it's people giving their own time, and that to me at the start was a little bit weird, to be honest. I was like, why did people do this? What are they getting from it? But then it slowly hooks you in, and you start to realize this is fantastic. And then what can we do in our own classrooms? What can we do with our own kids? What can we do in terms of community digitally? Like there's a huge power here that we can harness. And I think what you've done is incredible, because I've seen your followers starting to fly up, and it's not about the followers, but it's then the engagement that you're getting, and like that to you, like you must be super excited about that.
Yeah, thank you so much, David. Oh my goodness. Like, just like how you said, the followers really don't mean anything, but it's those connections that mean everything. So I definitely agree with you 100% on that. And absolutely, absolutely. And just how giving the community is. I just learned so much from, the entire PLN, but specifically from you. I mean, like it just blows my mind that I'm sitting here in Virginia and you are there in Ireland, and we're having this conversation in real time. Like that will never just stop to amaze me. So that is just super cool, and all of the work that you're doing is amazing. So kudos to you on that. So you spoke about the kids. So we've been seeing an increase in our students using social media to enact change, like Curran with Digcit Kids, also Jennifer Casatad, who wrote about all of these amazing young people on social media. So how can parents and educators support kids in these endeavors?
Yeah, this is a good question. I actually had a bit of a think about it, because I was really trying to to be like, okay, how can we? Because I suppose, full disclosure, I'm not a parent yet, so I think that I've so I think I've got some things to learn, and that's one of the reasons I'm doing Digital Citizenship Summit for it's one of the main key points, is because I feel I have so much to learn, and I learn by doing. So to learn about digital citizenship, I'll run the summit, and then I'll get as much out of it as anybody else. For parents and for teachers trying to empower kids, to be honest, sometimes it comes down to learning from them, listening to them. I think that's the key to it, is that listening. Sometimes we're very quick to talk and to tell them what we think, but we come in from a bit of a bias mindset, and a mindset that's a little bit rigid at times, even though we don't like to admit it. And these kids are growing up with it, and they're developing in different ways, and they're learning all these new crazy things that, to be honest, like, yeah, it's a bit wild. They're even just from the gaming community. I saw something recently, and maybe someone will correct me on this, but that even from e-gaming, that there's more money for the winners of the e-gaming World Cup playing FIFA than there is for the female World Cup winners who are playing real football. And it like, there's loads of things within that are an issue, but at the same time, it just goes to show the power that there is behind e-gaming, and that can be, I suppose, gender doesn't matter at that stage, but it's just an interesting stat, and there's loads of things to go into. And it's something that we need to look at the power that's there. But in terms of what we can do to support positive work, we need to listen, because these kids are growing up, they're watching these esports, they're watching how people communicate and collaborate with that, they're watching new ways to interact with each other, and they're learning these ways that we probably are behind the times with. So yeah, for me, it's about listening, and also then, while we listen, is that we've got the responsibility to build those structures and put the structures in place so that they can do it in a safe manner, and a way that doesn't put them in a risky situation, and that they can protect themselves. Because I think that's where we've learned from our own mistakes. We've made the mistakes, and I think that if we can share those, then, and kind of work together, that collaborative thing is what excited me about Digcit as well, because it's not just about the kids, it's not just about the parents, it's not about you, it's not about me, it's literally about everybody coming together as a community offline, which excites me even more, and then creating these conversations that hopefully then, for me, we can actually put them into actions afterwards. And I hope that Marialis will help me in that, because everybody who works with me knows that that's something that I am terrible at. Is I just like to chat, even though I'm a little bit introvert. That once you get me started, that's probably a nervous thing. I start to talk too much. So if we can put some actions and some management in place, and that's why we've got such a great team together. There are people who are covering my complete lack of ability in the areas of management and scheduling and all these things. So they'll help us to really pull the actions out of it. And I think that's going to be super exciting. So yeah, that's in a nutshell: collaboration, listening, and then teaching them by our mistakes. Long answer.
No, I love that answer. Like, there was so much there that was just so on point, like in terms of the listening to the students, because I mean, they have a voice, they have ideas. So listening to it and not just shutting it down because it's coming from a kid. And also, I love how you were talking about how all of us work together to kind of drive the process forward. So that is just awesome.
Stay tuned. Edge of Match will be right back.
If you wanna be somebody, if you wanna go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. It's either now or never to make your dreams come true. You better wake up and pay attention. Hey everybody, it's Dene from Orlando, Florida, coming to you on Monday, April 2nd, 2018. And I am very excited because today is the official release date of my first solo book titled The Why in You. Journey to the Why in You. I'm very excited that this is available on Amazon in Kindle versions and in paperback. There's your back cover right there. I am so excited because when I think about my journey as an educator, it didn't start yesterday. It started even from an early age. And so this book contains anecdotes, stories about the why in me. And so as you read it, as you pick it up, and I encourage you to do so, I challenge you to consider the why in you, the obstacles, right? That were not always positive. They were not always easy. The journey's never easy, but it is worth it. And there is something positive in every negative if you can just see it. I really do believe that. There is something positive in every obstacle that if you could just see it, it will help you to continue going on that journey as an educator, as an administrator, as a teacher. And so we have a job to do. And so that journey is so important to be embraced. And thank you in advance for checking it out on Amazon. Again, it's The Why in You. You can even type my name in on Amazon. It should pop it right up. You can also go to denegainey.com and find it there. You can click directly on the link and it'll take you to Amazon. Again, thanks in advance for checking it out, and have a great day, as well as identify the why in you.
Now back to more learning on the Edge of Match podcast.
So tell us a little more about the Digcit Summit Ireland. Like, how did you get involved with the movement?
So this is a long time. It's a long time in the making. I connected Marialis along with yourself and some of the other guys who were kind of the ed tech experts at the time on Twitter, kind of leading the line. I connected with some of you at the start, and then Marialis and myself, we started to chat about digital citizenship. And actually, we had a conversation about this even before the first Digcit Summit ever happened, which is kind of crazy. And we talked about making it happen because I suppose at that stage I really wanted to learn. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll say yes to everything. But then after, I suppose there's a bit of a human element to the story, and things came up, and the first time it didn't really work out, and then we connected in as well with Joanne Sweeney Burke, who has just been an incredible supporter over here. She taught me a lot, and we were nearly ready to go again. We even had a date, and then there was some personal things in each one's lives that it just prevented us at the time from really committing ourselves to it. And then we had a bit of a chat about it, and it's something that was always there, kind of bugging me a little bit. I was like, we need to get this done. So we managed to pull together a team. We had a chat with Marialis. She gave us great support. Joanna's been there giving us some guidance as well. And I have a team of 15 people who are working like crazy on this, all volunteering from all different backgrounds. And what's interesting is that only I think 2 of us are Irish. Everybody else is from everywhere in the world. They're from Venezuela, they're from Mexico, they're from Croatia. It's just incredible. France, everywhere, India. So that's been really exciting to see everybody kind of collaborating together just over digital citizenship. No other reason, and given their time. And so we decided that we'd do it in the Science Gallery in Dublin, which is part of Trinity College. And that was something that we did on purpose, because we wanted something like the venue to reflect digital citizenship. And actually at the moment and during our event, they will have an exhibition on that people will be able to look at, which is the theme is fake, which is perfect. It couldn't have got any better because of the whole thing around fake news and making sure you're checking your sources. And it looks at things like Instagram and other things. So that's really exciting to see that we have a nice venue there. And one of the things that we've noticed, even since we decided we'd do it, is that on the major media sources, digital citizenship has been a huge topic. A topic for parents, a topic for teachers, a topic even for the government, because there's so much there. We've got new laws coming in about data protection if you're setting up your own business, things like that. And I find it fascinating, actually, really, really fascinating that as we've decided to do it, there seems to be this wave, and we're hopefully going to help that and guide those discussions. And hopefully then even next year when we run the next one, which I hope that Marialis will allow us to do it, if we don't mess it up, that we'll be able to really build on this and really build this community of people who will come here, and then they'll be the ones also leading the Digcit Summit. Because again, I'm here talking to you, but to be honest, it's a team of 15 of us, and hopefully next year there'll be a team of even more people. And then I think that Marialis would agree that the Digcit Summit is more than just about a person. That, like, I'm just talking as a voice for so many of the others that we have involved, and I couldn't say it better in terms of, like, it's just about connections, collaborations, and working together. And as an Irish person, being able to work and do something powerful in Dublin is very exciting. But then hopefully we'll be able to share that experience with even the likes of Felipe, who's going to run it in Colombia, and the others who are running it around the world. And likewise, I have to give a shout out to the other organizers who've spent their time and gave me advice on how to run this. So yeah.
So definitely it's a team effort, as you're saying. So huge shout out to you and to all the other organizers. This is just amazing. So how can people find out more about you online, as well as more about the Digcit Summit?
Well, the Digcit Summit at the moment is on www.digcitsummitirl.com. And so we're also on Twitter at Digcit Summit IRL. And then we're on Instagram at the same, Digcit Summit IRL. And I think, and probably my marketing team will kill me, but I think that's it. I hope it is. For myself, it's at David Pollard IRL. And we're tweeting a lot of stuff around Digcit at the moment. It's kind of we're trying to really build up a bit of a buzz around it. We've been on a hashtag EdChatty to do a talk about that. So with Fred Boss, who's Ireland's most engaged and followed educator, which has been really exciting. And also with NT2T, with Julie and the guys there. So it's been great. And if people want to get involved, that's the best way to do it. We like to talk. And also, if they want to Skype us or connect with us, they're more than welcome to do that too. We're looking for some workshops still. We've got a couple of spaces, but all our speaker slots are gone. We also have all our 250 tickets gone after less than 2 weeks. So that was a bit crazy. I know, it was wild. So if you want any kind of special if you can convince us and tell us a good story, we might be able to get people in.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for telling us all about the Digcit Summit IRL, as well as sharing with us about more about you. And we hope to definitely connect more in the future. So looking forward to that. And thank you to everyone who's tuning in. So we are going to be back in about 2 hours, and we're going to be talking about the future of learning design experience with moderators here at Gilboa. Same bad time, same bad channel, podcast.edgematch.org/tweet talk. So everybody, see you all in a little under 2 hours. All right, thanks again.
Edge match. It's edge match. Edge match. It's edge match. You're at edge match. Edge match. Don't miss edge match. Don't miss edge match. You're at edge match. Edge match. Don't miss edge match. Don't miss edge match.
The Teacher's Journey takes a deeper look at how we grow, learn, and succeed in the world of education. Throughout the book, you'll follow the journey of 7 incredible educators that share their trials and triumphs as they walk along their own journey. The Teacher's Journey will challenge you to reflect on who you are and why you are in education, while providing personal examples and practical tools to use right now. Pairing with the book is the Teacher's Journey podcast. There you can hear great educators as they reflect upon their journey and share the lessons they have learned along the way. You can find more information about the book, the podcast, and lots more by visiting CostelloCorner.com, where you can also sign up for exclusive access to information, graphics, and educational training resources.